Thousands of Christians from all over the world travel to Jerusalem every year to witness a spectacular miracle every Easter. They cram inside the church on Holy Saturday, waiting in anticipation for the light which will turn to fire on a holy oil lamp that is sitting on a rock bed where Christ was laid upon his death. This is known as the ceremony of holy fire and has happened every single year for over 200 years. During this ceremony, it is said that Jesus Christ supernaturally ignites a flame in his empty tomb in celebration of his resurrection. Even though Christ is present, only the blue incandescent light of his eternal glory is visible. The light of Christ will spontaneously light candles of individual pilgrims in the church, or even candles that are hanging outside of the edicule. During the ceremony, the Greek Orthodox patriarch enters the shrine, which is built over top of the cave tomb, and kneeling beside the bed where Christ was laid, he prays an ancient prayer that was passed down to him. When the holy light turns to fire on the lamp, he lights 2 sets of 33 candles each that he's brought to the tomb with him, which commemorate the years of Christ's life. With the candles lit, he exits the edicule, and the crowded church erupts in celebration. Christian pilgrims then light their candles from the patriarchs, and the fire spreads throughout the church, throughout the city of Jerusalem, and literally around the world. Local Christians who attend the ceremony will carry the flames to their homes and churches in Jerusalem. I realize that this may sound a little far-fetched, and perhaps you are having a hard time accepting these events as a genuine miracle. But before you jump to any conclusions, allow me to present the evidence that I have collected. More importantly, allow me to congratulate you because your intuition is on point. Congratulations, you have managed to sniff out one of the biggest scams that the Orthodox Christian Church has got to offer. These false prophets have been pulling the wool over your eyes for over 200 years, but it will only take me 10 minutes to expose this hoax. Do me a favor after you watch this video. If you appreciate my research and all of the work that it took for me to expose this scam, make sure you show me some love by smashing the like button. But don't just stop there though. Join our growing community by subscribing to the channel and share this video with anyone that might benefit from it.
For centuries, the Orthodox world has maintained that the holy fire lights up miraculously in the presence of the Greek Orthodox Patriarch of Jerusalem at the Church of the Holy Seppucur on Great Saturday, the day before Orthodox Easter. This flame has been so imperative to the Orthodox faith that Orthodox Christians went as far as to transport the flame to Greece and other countries from Jerusalem by plane. In 2023, the Greek Deputy Foreign Minister received it from the Patriarch of Jerusalem, Theophilos III. In order for you to understand just how disturbing this is, we have to go back in time to the year 2019. This is when the Greek journalist and writer Dimitris Alikakos published his book, Redemption, the Case of the Holy Fire. Alikakos's book contained testimonies suggesting that the holy fire, a revered symbol of Christ's resurrection, was not a miracle as traditionally believed, but lit by an ordinary lighter. This claim did not sit well with the Jerusalem Patriarchate and 2 archbishops, Isidore and Aristarchus. So they did what any other reasonable con artists would do in this situation. They tried to silence the journalist so that they could continue scamming unsuspecting and naive Christian pilgrims by filing lawsuits against him. The charges were grave: defamation, violation of the confidentiality of oral conversation, and personal data violation. The third charge was related to Alikakos's use of photographs to document his book, an action they argued was a violation in the context of his journalistic function. The Jerusalem Patriarchate felt so strongly about the case that they restarted the lawsuit because of the existence of video testimony, according to Athanasios Anagnostopoulos, one of Alikakos's 2 lawyers. At this point, the trial had already been postponed twice. Let's take a look at this video evidence to see what the big deal is and why it would warrant postponing such a significant legal event.
Δεν γνωρίζουν όμως ίσως τη λεπτομέρεια. Δεν γνωρίζουν κάποιες λεπτομέρειες. Πρακτικά πώς θα το αν γνωρίζουν μόνο ότι μπαίνει, κάποιοι με λένε ότι μπαίνει ένα μέρη, αλλά κάποιοι που ξέρουν ότι μπαίνει σβηστή και ανάβει μέσα. Και αυτοί είναι πολύ λίγοι, πάρα πολύ λίγοι, από ό,τι κατάλαβα. Αν άνθρωποι μας θα μάθετε κάτι, πώς θα το μάθει ο επόμενος, ποιος θα το πει. Έχουμε στάει. Από ό,τι κατάλαβα, αυτοί που λένε ας πούμε την αλήθεια, τη λεπτομέρεια αυτή δεν την ξέρουν. Χαλάει όλη η διάρκεια στο φυλάκιο, κάνετε τον κύκλο, περνάτε μπροστά από την πλάκα της αποκαθήλωσης. Υπάρχει ένα δωμάτιο μπροστά στην πλάκα της Αγίας Αποκαθήλωσης, από εκεί ξεκινάει η κανδύλα. Μπροστά είναι ο τραγωμάνος, ο τεριτάς, οι δύο ακροβάσιτες. Και πέραμε εκεί με εκπομπή. Στεκόμαστε πάνω μπροστά το παρεκκλήσιο των Αρμενίων των Λεωροφόρων. Μπαίνουμε από την νότια πλευρά της Ρωτώντας και στέκομαι μπροστά στην είσοδο του Παναγίου Τάφου. Και περιμένουμε εκεί την ώρα ο τραγωμάνος να βγάλει το κερί που έχουμε σφραγίσει το κουβούκι. Εκεί θα πάρει γύρω στα 5 με 10 λεπτά. Που είσαι όρθιος, μέχρι να βγάλουν όλο το βουλοκαίρι αυτό, να το μοιράζουν μεταξύ τους και μετά. Ποιος σας κάνει σήμα ότι πρέπει να μπείτε μέσα? Στην τηλεόραση έχουμε δει τα τελευταία χρόνια σας κάνει σήμα ένας Ισραηλινός αστυνομικός, ο Τραγωμάνος. Μόλις βάλει το κερί και εδώ μπροστά παρόν να βλέπετε τη σημαίνει κανένα ότι ανοίξουν. Πόση ώρα μένετε μέσα? Μέσα σου είναι την καντήλα, το πολύ ένα λεπτό. Ένα λεπτό περίπου. Και αφήνετε την καντήλα και τι κάνετε? Να το πούμε, γιατί να μην το πούμε. Δεν ξέρω αν σας τα λέω. Μαρτυρία. Είναι ιστορική μαρτυρία. Είναι ιστορική μαρτυρία και είναι η αλήθεια. Δεν είναι ιστορική μόνο, είναι η αλήθεια. Κοιτάξτε το θέμα, επειδή θέλω μια υπεύθυνη θέση στο ρεύμα του, δεν θέλω να δείξω τώρα το θρησκευτικό συνέστημα. Η αλήθεια λέτε. Λέτε η αλήθεια φύγει τελικά ή αλείψαμε το θρησκευτικό συνέστημα. Αλείψαμε αυτή τη στιγμή όμως. Μάλλον την αλήθεια, λέει ο Ιησούς, και η αλήθεια ελευθερώσει μας. Δεν είναι καθαγιασμένο το φως. Δεν καθαγιάζεται. Αυτό δεν είναι μια πραγματικότητα που αξίζει.
Plaintiffs, or con artists, argued that the book's publication resulted in many Orthodox believers questioning their priests. This seems like a legitimate legal argument to me. After all, these Orthodox believers would have never questioned their priests had they not been made aware that their priests were false prophets and scammers. They accused Alikakos of pretending to be a faithful tourist and fraudulently obtaining statements from clerics who were unaware of his intention to write a book. The irony here is classic. These low-life scammers who became the leaders of the Christian Orthodox Church through fraudulent activity are accusing the person who exposed them of doing so in a fraudulent manner. That's very Christian-like if you ask me. Inevitably, a trial was set into motion, one that would challenge centuries-old beliefs. As the trial unfolds, the stakes are high, and the impact is far-reaching. The courtroom drama surrounding Greek journalist Dimitris Alikakos is intensifying with each passing day. With 3 charges looming over him, including defamation and violation of confidentiality, the trial has become a battleground between faith and freedom of speech. A pivotal moment in the trial was the introduction of video testimonies. The plaintiffs, who had initially tried to suppress these videos, were taken aback when the court allowed their viewing. The footage allegedly contained confessions from the archbishops, admitting the holy fire was not a miracle, but lit by an ordinary lighter. This revelation has caused a stir in the Orthodox community, challenging long-held beliefs. In a surprising twist, the plaintiff's civil claim against Alikakos and his publishing house was rejected by the court. This decision sent a clear message. Freedom of speech cannot be easily silenced. However, the fight didn't end there. Archbishop Isidoros, the custodian and abbot of the Holy Suppucur in Jerusalem, made an appeal against Google Ireland Limited. He demanded the removal of a controversial YouTube video where he allegedly admits to Alikakos that the holy fire is lit by a lighter. According to Isidoros, the video insulted his honor and reputation and was made public without his consent. The court, however, had a different perspective. The Court of First Instance of Athens ruled in 2022 that the video was made with the Archbishop's consent. This ruling further complicated the narrative of the trial, raising questions about transparency and accountability within the Church.